Hello, my friends. Welcome to my Friday Facebook Live from a very hot and humid, if I do say so myself, Saginaw, Michigan. I am Sarah Chatella McGuire. This is Sassy Paper Crafts. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and today I have a super cute card for you. So it's so sad because Sale-A-Bration ended Wednesday night, and Sale-A-Bration was where you got free products for every $50 and $100 you spent. I'm going to be using a Sale-A-Bration product for today's card because a lot of you have them and a lot of you are like, okay, I have all this great free stuff. Now what do I do? So I'm going to be also using some current product. This card can be made with other paper. It is a housewarming card. It's made with the houses of the on the Rings of Love designer series paper, but you can make it a birthday card. You can make it any type of card you want. This is just to give you an idea of where to get started. Before we get into our card, though, September is jam-packed full of cool stuff from Stampin' Up! So the first one I want to talk about is this really cool promotion called Perfect Partners. And they've come out with 6 new die sets for existing stamp sets from the annual and mini catalogs. So that is super exciting. I will be sending out an email either tonight or maybe tomorrow. It depends. Detailing all about it, how you can get it. You can go into the link in the description of this video, click the shop now, and there is a big banner there where you can see all the die sets with the stamp sets. They're bundled, and then you can buy the die sets individually if you already have the stamp sets, all of that. The next thing I want to talk about, which I kind of overlooked, and I knew about it like a week ago, and I kind of overlooked it, is World Card Making Day is October 1st. Stampin' Up! Is having a free virtual card making event. And I have this flyer here because there is so much. There are 3 bundles that they are going to be featuring for this event. One is brand new. It is going to be in the January to June mini catalog, which isn't even out yet, but you can get it right now. It's called the Warm Welcome Bundle. It was available yesterday, so that is, I'll show you the flyer I have once I show you my desk. The other thing I want to talk about is I am giving away, I like doing giveaways, I am giving away this Rings of Love designer series paper, this paper that we are using today, this paper right here. I'm giving it away. So all you have to do is leave a comment on this video, whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube. Hello, if you're watching the replay. Just leave a comment. That's all you have to do. For an additional entry, share this video and comment shared, and you will get a second entry. I will do the drawing and announce the winners next Friday on my live. Okay, so let me turn off my camera. Let's get started on our card. It is a super simple one, but I love it. I love how it kind of turned into like a housewarming card, which really wasn't my intent when I started making it. Like, it just kind of turned into that. So there's the card. These are the bundles. Whoops, I'm knocking everything over. These are the bundles for World Card Making Day. There's Cottage Rose, Cottage Wreaths, and Warm Welcome. And that is brand new. These are the item numbers too. I also have a new host code. If you do plan on ordering, enter that host code and you're going to get a free gift from me in October. Let me see if I can pull up comments. Go ahead and say hello if you're watching me live on Facebook right now. I love seeing all your comments. My tablet is being super slow. So while it's loading, I'm going to show you the stamp set and the dies I pulled in to use with this beautiful paper. Let me show you this paper, by the way, to show you what you could win by commenting. And this one, I normally only include 1 sheet. This is going to include 2 6x6 sheets. So this is the one side. And this is the paper we're going to be using today. I don't know what is going on with the tablet. And these birds are gorgeous. I love them. And the acorns. This is a great fall paper. And then this is the other side. Again, great for fall. This coordinates with the rings. I don't think it's called Rings of Love. I think it's called something else. But there's search rings in the Stampin' Up! Store, and it'll come up. There's a bundle, a stamp set, and a die bundle that coordinates with this paper. I don't have it because it's just not my style. I don't have all the things. You don't have to have all the things, but this is the paper you can win by leaving a comment. Let's see if I can see your comments now before we get started on our quick and easy card. There we go. There are 3 comments. I can't see them yet. Let's see. Come on, tablet. Do your work. Okay. So this is card. Oh, hello, Colleen, and hello, Andrea. Yes, this is a super simple card. So I pulled out the color and contour bundle. We're not going to be using these cool flowers. We are going to be using the speckles and the So Very Happy for You. And that's kind of what makes this a housewarming card. It's just the house is on it, so very happy for you. And then you can open it up and write your message on the inside. And there's where I use those speckles. And then I also use just one die from the Scalloped Contours Dies, this one here, to cut out our little label that we stamped on. So let's get going because this is a really quick card. It's going to come together very fast. It's not a very long video today. So I have some soft suede cardstock that is cut by 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. I'm just going to take my bone folder. I know, silly technology, right, Andrea? Like, oh, just work. Do the thing you're supposed to do. And then I have 2 pieces of basic white. They are cut at 5 1/4 by 4. And then my designer series paper is cut at 5 by 3 3/4. I just used a scrap of basic white and cut out our label. So let's do our stamping first. So I'm going to grab the So Happy for You and then these little speckles. Also going to grab a C block for our words, and we'll grab a D block for our speckles. I need to clean that block, ew. And then I'm just using one ink color here, the Night of Navy ink. I'm going to move these out of the way because I don't need them. I'm just going to open that up, and if you've never stamped before, when you first start, you don't want to like smush your stamp into the ink pad like you do in like kindergarten. You just want to lightly tap, tap, tap. I work in preschool, so I know those old ink pads. Sometimes you do got to push super hard. So I'm just going to ink up. That's what we call it when we just put our stamp to the ink. I'm inking up my stamp, stamping, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to ink it up, stamp off, and stamp over that to give it kind of a layered effect. So that's it for our speckles. And then I'm going to take our sentiment here, tap, tap, tap. I like to line it up with my grid paper just so it's even-ish. It's a handmade card. It doesn't have to be perfect. There is our sentiment. That is it for stamping. Super quick, right? So now I'm just going to clean off my stamps quickly, and I have my Stampin' Scrub here. We also have a Simply Chamois. I prefer the scrub. There's a wet side and a dry side. Just spraying my wet side with a little bit of Stampin' Mist. And I'm going to rub my stamp on one side, dry it on the other, and it is ready to go. It's clean and ready to use again. So I'm just going to put those away because I don't want to lose my stamps. That is like one of my biggest fears is losing a stamp forever out of a stamp set. I have never done that ever in my life, and I don't want to start now. So now all we have to do is put our card together. So before we do that, though, I want to get a little bit of twine. I have these, they're called the Baker's Twine Essentials Pack, and you get 5 of them in the pack. I'm using basic white, and what I like to do is just lay out my twine, get my scissors, or paper snips, as Stampin' Up! Calls them, cut it, and then I'm just going to flip this over. This side is beautiful too. I love those. Run my Stampin' Seal along the back, and then before I stick it to my basic white, I'm going to stick my Baker's Twine down like that. Then grab this piece of basic white that we did not stamp on and just layer it. And then I'm going to take a glue dot and put my bow on. I'm not going to make the bow on camera because I have a hard time with bows, but I'm going to show you how I did it quickly. So this is called a double bow, I think it's called. I don't know. Or I'm making that up and it's not called anything. But what I do is I take my baker's twine, I fold it like this, then I just go ahead and make a bow. Maybe I can do it on camera. Let's see. I did it, you guys. So then what I do is take my scissors. So you have two pieces that are doubled. You have one that is not. Take the one that is not, cut it, cut the other one. And there you have a bow. And you're just gonna, after you cut it, you're gonna wanna kind of mess with it and pull the little loops through, make them shorter, and then trim off your edges. And I just made a bow on camera. Look at me go, you guys. So now I have to make another card because I have a bow. So I'm going to use this one. This one actually kind of got a little bit twisted up. So I'm going to pull it a little bit. And then I'm going to take a glue dot and just stick that right on there. And pop it on the side there. Then I can flip this over. Saying I have comments. Oh. Andrew said, you said that suede color paper, soft suede. Yep, this is called soft suede. Colleen says she's lost a stamp before. Oh no, I'm so terrified to do that. I've never actually lost a stamp. Like I've lost it for a minute, but then I'm like, oh, it's on the floor. I found it, or it's stuck to the bottom of my paper trimmer, which has happened more than I'd like to admit. So now I'm going to take our little label here and flip it over, and I have some Stampin' Dimensionals. I'm going to take 3 of them and just pop those on there. And peel off the backs. I just cut my nails, so I don't have any nails right now. Well, not any that I'm used to anyway. And I'm just going to put this right there. I want that little house peeking out. And then we're going to put the inside part of our card down. But that's not all. Don't go away yet because I have to add some bling. You can't have a sassy paper crafts card without bling. I put an embellishment on literally every card. I don't think I have one where there isn't an embellishment. So I'm going to be using the classic matte dots. These come in basic black, basic gray, very vanilla, and white. We're going to be using the white. I'm just going to pop a couple onto my card. And I'll put one on the label here too. And that's it. This is a super quick, super simple housewarming card. Like I said, you could use a different sentiment, a different stamp set, whatever you have. You can make this a birthday card, a thank you card, whatever you need a card for. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave a comment if you would like to be entered to win this beautiful paper. And share this video and comment shared, and you will get a second entry. So I hope you enjoyed this. Like I said, I will be live again Sunday in my VIP group, so please head over there and join us if you would like to see my Sunday live. I hope you all have a wonderful holiday weekend, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.